Well, it wasn't pretty, but Michigan survives against Illinois 19-17. And if you watched any college football on Saturday, you'll know that Michigan is not the only top 5 team that struggled. Michigan versus Illinois was kind of like looking in a mirror. Two physical teams that wanted to run the ball and play good defense. Two good running backs that wear number 2. Statistically, the number 1 defense versus the number 2 defense in the country. Michigan was missing quite a few players in this one. Donovan Edwards, Trevor Keegan, Luke Schoonmaker, Mike Morris, AJ Henning, in addition to already being without Trente Jones, Cade McNamara, and Nikhai Hill-Green. This game started like so many others for Michigan, with a touchdown drive. On the first play from scrimmage, Blake Corum ran 37 yards, and JJ McCarthy risked it all on a block to help his running back. I'm not sure if Coach Harbaugh was a big fan of that or not. The opening drive had a lot of Blake Corum, some quick throws to the tight ends, and it finished with Blake Corum getting in the end zone for 6. Michigan has 8 opening drive touchdowns this season, which is tied for the most in the FBS. On Illinois' first offensive series, they went 3 and out. Does this sound familiar to you? Michigan scoring on the first drive, holding the opponents to 3 and out. We've seen this a lot all season. Illinois' punt went 64 yards and pinned Michigan deep in their own territory. And then we saw something that we haven't really seen from Michigan all season, a screen pass. And a damn good one at that. Blake Corum was the recipient of that screen, and he took it to nearly midfield. It looked like maybe Corum could have taken that one all the way for a touchdown, but I think he was just gassed. CJ Stokes had a nice carry to get the ball down to the 37, but then on a 2nd and 10, it looked like JJ might have missed a read on a read option, which left Michigan with a 3rd and long, and they ran the ball. I get what Michigan was trying to do. I think they were trying to run the ball, make it 4th and short, and then probably go for it, but they got stuffed on 3rd down, and then they had to punt. So it's like, you would like to see Michigan be a little more aggressive there. So Illinois got the ball back and they couldn't do anything again. Another 3 and out. And it starts to feel like, okay, maybe Michigan's going to be able to shut their offense down completely. But then we ran into the familiar story of Michigan's offense stalling out and letting the opponent get some momentum going into the half. Roman Wilson had a drop on a pass that could have been better from JJ McCarthy, but still, drops kill drives. Illinois had a pretty decent drive going, but then on a 4th and 1, true freshman Mason Graham stuffed the run, giving Michigan the ball back. JJ had a nice little play to Roman Wilson that was going to move the chains for Michigan, but it was called back on a hold by Zach Zinter. Just a lot of frustration in this half. Illinois drove back down the field again, and they were going to go for it on a 4th and 1 from the Michigan 6, but then they had a false start, so they ended up taking a field goal. Up 7-3, Michigan gets the ball back and has a nice little drive going. 9-yard run for Corum, 25-yard run for Corum, 22-yard pass to Ronnie Bell. And then, something that no Michigan fan wanted to see, Blake Corum gets injured. On a drive that looked like Michigan might go up 14-3 before the half, instead, they lose their best player, and they lost the football, which was the lesser of those two concerns. Score at the half, Michigan 7, Illinois 3. And the primary concern of all Michigan fans is the health of their star running back. This is the type of first half that we've seen from Michigan quite a few times this season. Playing decent, should be up more than they are, and the offense kind of stalling out. But we know Michigan is a second half team. But how will they do in the second half, potentially without Blake Corum? I think the best answer for that is buckle up. Second half starts with another 3 and out for Illinois, a good sign for Michigan's defense. The good news for Michigan, Blake Corum is back on the field. However, he only had 1 carry for the rest of the game. So Michigan's going to have to win this game without their star running back, without their backup running back, leaving CJ Stokes and Isaiah Gash as the primary ball carriers for the rest of the game. Michigan moved the ball fairly well on their first drive of the second half, but again, the passing woes continue as JJ McCarthy missed Andrel Anthony and Jake Moody had to kick a field goal. Then we got to see just how good Chase Brown really is and why he's the leading rusher in the FBS. A drive consisting of an 11-yard run from Brown, a 9-yard run, an 8-yard run, and then an 8-yard touchdown tied the game at 10. More frustration for Michigan as an Illinois player jumps offside. JJ McCarthy thinks, all right, free play. Throws it to the end zone, and it goes right through the hands of Andrel Anthony. But at least they got the flag, right? Oh, no flag. The refs didn't throw a flag for offside, so instead, it's a turnover on downs for Michigan. The Illinois receivers make some plays, then a 37-yard touchdown by Chase Brown, and Michigan is in trouble. The team swapped 3 and outs. Ronnie Bell had a good punt return into Illinois territory. Colston Loveland starts making some plays out there, but the drive stalls out again. Every time JJ tried to run in this game, it seemed like Illinois kind of had it bottled up. So instead, we get another Jake Moody field goal. The Wolverines defense stepped up big on the next drive as Illinois was driving the ball down the field again, but DJ Turner made a beautiful play on a 4th down try for Illinois, and Michigan got the ball back again. Some more frustration for the Michigan offense as JJ McCarthy did not see Loveland open in the end zone. Instead, he throws it to Gash. Gash drops the ball, and Michigan has to settle for another Jake Moody field goal. Now Michigan's down 1 with just a few minutes to go, and the defense needs to step up big. And they do. Everybody's nerves were on edge, but Michigan made some nice plays on this drive, including a 4th down conversion on a pass to Isaiah Gash, and then defensive pass interference on Illinois. Cornelius Johnson had a nice catch that may be the ground assisted, but it couldn't be overturned, and it doesn't matter because you know Moody's going to make the field goal anyways. With the game on the line, what more could you want than this?
On senior day, can Jake Moody send him out? Snap is good, the ball's placed down, the kick is on the way, and the kick is good! Jake Moody from 35 yards gives the Wolverines the lead, 19-17, with 9 seconds remaining.
This game did not include the stat box domination that we're used to seeing from Michigan. Total yards, Michigan 376 to Illinois 326. Rushing yards 168 to 148. Passing yards 208 to 178. But here's a big stat. 4th downs, Michigan was 3 for 4. Illinois 0 for 2. Blake Corum had 108 rushing yards despite only having 1 carry in the second half. And over its last 6 games, Michigan has not allowed a point in the 4th quarter. My top takeaways from this game, Jake Moody is the man. Obviously the player of this game. He has ice in his veins. Another obvious takeaway is that the passing game is a struggle. It seems to me that JJ plays better when things go wrong. If there's a bad snap that he's got to pick up and roll out, like the backyard football, that's when JJ thrives. When he thought that Michigan had a free play on the offsides, he threw a really catchable ball. I think he's just playing too tight. He needs to loosen up. He needs to play a little bit of that backyard football. Captain Obvious here with another takeaway. This team is not the same without Blake Corum. You could just see it. Corum is electric. He's the heartbeat of this team, and he's absolutely one of the best players in the country. My nerves were completely shot at the end of this game, and I'm sure yours were too. But a win's a win. Just win, baby. Doesn't matter how ugly it is. And you know what's on deck. 11-0 Michigan travels to 11-0 Ohio State in what's sure to be an instant classic. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my preview of the game. And as always, go blue. Just beat Ohio State.